Hello everyone, welcome to another stream, 1020 Unpainted Minis. Today we are going to paint, hopefully, together with me, but I'm going to try to finish painting this Pallas Gravtank. As you can see, we finished previous week, right here. There's one engine close to be done. The other, today's job, will be done soon. So let's get started, guys. Let's get started. I had a little break, which was good, which is very good for me. There was a visitor that we played some Warhammer stuff. It's a good time. But let's get back to painting. I'll try to finish this today. Honestly, I say it every time, but might not be possible again. I'm planning to stream like 2 hours and then again tomorrow. By the way, you might notice yesterday there was a stream only in the night with my brother, Brohammer after hours, and this is going to be the case for the future. I'm gonna stream solo from Monday to Thursday. Since I think 2 streams in a day might be a little bit too much for me. I tried it last time and I felt kind of overwhelmed with amount of hours that I had to talk, stream, etc. So the Sunday morning stream will be abandoned and I'll just stream this series 4 times a week, which is, I think, still a lot. I might probably slow down a little bit with the amount of models painted, but nevertheless there are going to be still painted models, so that's the whole goal. I just want to relax on my hobby, doing some in my head productive thing, in my head this is very good for me, painting this. I feel like I doing the progress. I feel like some kind of achievements, these small steps that will lead me to painted armies, models, improving my painting skills. It's nice feeling during the games when you have painted models. Who knows? You have painted army and your opponent has painted army, and you are playing on the painted terrain and some nice mud. That feeling is pretty good, pretty great, I would say. Something I'm looking forward to. That's why all this painting. trying to get rid of this 1000 unpainted minis. So every time I go into the playing session, I can play with painted stuff. By the way, guys, I don't know if you saw, there's a new starter box for Lord of the Rings. I was a little bit surprised how it turned out, because they say it's gonna be a new edition, and we know how they go with new editions for 40k and Age of Sigmar. So I was kind of assuming similar thing with Lord of the Rings, but that's not the case at all. We have basically a squad of 24 Rohan warriors, squad of 24 Dunlings, or whatever they called, and 2 heroes for each faction. All models are new, which is very nice, very important. Last time that was not the case. There's also a terrain, like I think 2 buildings and some small walls or something like that. So it's focusing on. So I get the argument that it's more for beginners, because you can have a terrain immediately in the starting box. You can have 2 small armies, and you can immediately start playing that. The point is, what they showed in Age of Sigmar and 40k is quite different. Loads of units, hundreds of miniatures. I don't know if hundreds, but a lot. And they just, make us get used to it, to this amount. So I was expecting like tons of cavalry for Rohan, some more new units basically, but we end up like this. Let's see how it's gonna be the price. I think this is gonna be another big factor, like a justification, if it's worth buying or not. Because of the terrains, probably the price might go quite high. That's as usually it is in that kind of circumstances, and they put some terrain in the box, that means they are going to make some money. But let's see. There's also a pre-order for Kill Team with Vespits and these Tempest guys. I think Tempest. I'm not sure how are they called. The guys from, What's up, boy? What's up? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, brother. Join me. We can paint together. Take a break at your work or whatever you're doing. Just sit, relax, and paint. So back to Kill Team, I'm kind of excited because I want to have these Vespids. I think they look very good, very cool. I like also the color scheme, fresh, new. They were waiting for the moldless long time. Remember the old Vespids were metallic and after a fine cast, so poses were very still. They were just standing with the gun. There was not too many different poses between them. And now they look awesome, very dynamic. More like actual, bags than previously. They're more thin, less bulky. Cool models, very cool models. I do care less about the stats. So we'll see. I'm planning to use them mostly for Necromunda or Kill Team. I don't play Kill Team that much, or at all. So that might not be the case. Although it's supposed to be Kill Team box. I don't think I will use it for Kill Team. But who knows? Maybe. Probably I will not use them for a long time anyway. I need to first assemble some recruits and other stuff. I noticed I have to do this gently, just to not put silver paint into the recesses. So we were talking with my brother about this news yesterday on the stream. So it was now just a quick recap what happened. There is another new stuff, some new releases for Blood Bowl, as I remember, and Old Warhammer, or Old Warhammer the Old War. I don't remember how it's called. Anyway, let's go back to the painting. Let's go back to the fun stuff that we have here. So I'm putting the second layer of trash metal from scale 75. It's great paint. Great paint for like bolters or used metal, especially when you add after some non-oil and do the dry brush. It should look great. The old words. Yeah. Warhammer the Old War, yeah, that's it. That's a game. So one layer is not quite enough to cover black. 2 layers though. Looks like it's much better already. Probably the third layer would be recommended. I would not bother though, since I'm going to use non-oil over that anyway, so it's gonna be darker. It's gonna just look more used, more dirty, which is the point. Okay, let's focus now a little bit here on this part. Have to be very careful. Okay. There we go. I was very careful, but I managed to do the mistake anyway. There's a small silver you see in this, the last one. Just trying to avoid that. During last week I was getting up very late. I have to get back to getting up earlier. That's why the stream is late. I was taking my time with morning routine. And now I did some yoga. Took a great breakfast. Did some chores, close chores, you know. And prepare some things to work as well. Next time I have to wake up earlier, just a bit earlier, so I can start the stream earlier as well. Alright, this is good. This looks good. And I'm planning to stick to 2-hour streams. I will not try to extend the timing just to get some things done, because then it's getting longer, then I'm losing the track of the time. It's many times close to 3 hours instead of 2 hours. And I can always finish it the next day. There's no rush. This is not the point in that challenge to do things in hurry. So, yep. I'll take my time. If I will not finish the Pallas now, I'll finish tomorrow or after tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, so let's see what I can do next. I have to do the gold. I see there's a part here that I have to correct. You see there's a small dot, like a brown or something, black. It's not visible actually on the screen as I see now. It is here though. When I'm gonna do the panels on this one, I will correct it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna correct the gold with the gold layer. Let's do some mixing. So last time, what I did was a mix of 3 paints: Jupiter Armor, Citrine Alchemy from Scale, and Period Alchemy from Scale. Let me try something else. I do have one paint that I'm kind of curious about, which is Canoptic Alloy. I have to try if it suits the color scheme or it's way off. Let's give it a shot. I'm sure it's in some ways it's way off, I know that. The thing is, maybe with correct mixing I can reach the color I'm looking for. So this is nice, very nice color, I like that. It's a little of brass and gold. I don't think it's gonna match with what I need. Let's go ahead and do some mixing with the stuff that I did already. So Citrine Alchemy from K75 and Period Alchemy, plus a drop of Jupiter Armor. That's gonna give us the base color. That's the closest to the one I have from the can, because I'm using some random can. Random means like just regular art shop can. By the way, can you hear me correctly? Do I sounds okay? Like, I mean, the loudness and that stuff. When I did some testing, I wasn't sure if this is okay. All good. Okay, okay, okay. That's good. That's good. Okay, so now I did some drops of citrine alchemy, drop of this period alchemy, and now a little bit of retributor armor, and let's see what we got. In general, I really like this color, the mix of three. Beautiful, beautiful gold. Really beautiful gold. Let's see. That's why I was thinking about this canoptic alloy that kind of reminds me. Okay, probably it's not the best representation. There's a lot of light. Anyway, let me clean the brush first. Probably might be a little bit lighter. We're gonna test that. Let's see. So, as you see, I did already some. I did the gold already here, but I have to correct it because when I was painting the panels, I made them dirty with red. So I'm gonna do again layer of gold and agric surfshade and some highlights or wash. Okay. Simple and easy. The color is very, very close to the one I was looking for, so hopefully it's gonna be enough. To cover that it's not the same base as the main body. Please, that's the goal. Why not paint panels first? Yeah, well, I'm gonna do that in the next engine. I learned from my mistakes, you know. I thought I might get I might get away with painting the panels without dirtying everything next to it. Was not the case. So, oh shit, oh fuck! I looked up and the brush went to the vent. Perfect. I can try to rest it up with some water. Fuck. Nope. Pretty sure I made that worse. It's not that bad. What happened? I touched the gold into this vents. Well, Well, yeah, it's better, it's better. I'm gonna have to correct it, but it's way better. Let me just adjust a little bit because kind of don't have much space for my arm to really navigate. I don't know, my arms are kind of tired already. This break in painting definitely felt like a longer than it should be. And now I'm have less control and patience. And we're gonna do it. No worries. Okay. Yeah, this is very nice, beautiful gold. I didn't find the same gold in any of my paints, so that's why the mixing. Even though I have like quite a big number of paints from scale, metallic paints from scale, none of them looks like this one. One is too dark, one is too bright, one is oversaturated a little bit. This is very cold, bright gold. So, I don't know. I really like it. I think it suits Custodes, my Custodes, perfectly. I don't like them too warm, as they are in 30k, 40k, sorry. 40k, they are much better. The painting is it's more grim dark. I like it a lot. Okay, it does look good enough as the first layer. So let's do this part. Wait for it to dry, and we are gonna do the wash. Okay, nice, very nice. Now let's correct this this mistake I did here. So I should probably use some black. Actually. Once again, so abandon black. Some vortex mix. And let's get just a small drop. We don't need to be very careful here, since I'm gonna do the silver once again. Just want to cover these mistakes inside. Okay. And as I said, I'm gonna do the silver again and then wash again. So I'm gonna be fine. Right. Let it dry, and I'll do these corrections here too, since we are already on the topic of black. Okay. And these vents I'm gonna paint silver again, so all good. No need for any crazy amount of layers here. Since we are on the black, let's do this. Let's start the main base color. So I'm gonna add a little bit of water to my bottom black. And do the first layer. I'm trying to cover these silver that I painted by mistake. I wasn't very careful there. So I'm gonna try to cover maybe one layer, maybe two layers, just to not make it visible. Very important thing here, as I see now, these panels are, I don't know, maybe a little bit oily or something, like maybe I touch them with dirty hands or whatever, so the paint comes off a little bit, makes like small bubbles. You see? You'll see now. The paint doesn't cover it quite well. Probably some kind of grease, that kind of stuff. So just I'll use multiple layers to cover that to make it smooth, and it's gonna be fine. As I said, maybe I touched it with dirty hands. And this time I'm gonna do both panels at the same time. Last time I did one panel just to try, so I had to do the second panel to finish the piece. But this time I'm gonna do both panels at the same time. Probably it should be faster this way, and also more similar. The panels should be more similar to each other. Symmetric. The word was symmetric. This was what I was looking for. Symmetric. Because it's the same amount of colors, of layers in each panel. Alright, let it dry. Here is already almost dry, so let's do the second layer here. Most important in this stage. There we go. Some focus. Just to cover this silver that spill into the recesses, just to make it not invisible anymore. It's not necessary. Okay. And then some silver here in the recesses. And this time, as you can see, I'm not painting gold on the rims here. I'll do it after when the paint job on the panels is done. Same here. Let's cover the silver these places. How we go with the time? 30 minutes. Okay. I'm kind of happy with the speed of painting, actually. It's not that bad. Okay, let's wait a little bit and prepare the next colors that I'm gonna use with our reds. course. It's gonna be burned red, Mephiston red, and Hazelton scarlet. This one. More. Go. Let's give them a proper shake in the vortex. Actually I need a little bit more because I'm gonna do the sponge technique. So let's take my sponge and we'll do like staples. See ya, bro. Thanks for coming over. Thank you, thank you. Maybe like this. All over the place. Just let it dry a little bit more. And we're gonna do this. Maybe I can do agric shade. This one is dry already. Let's wait after that. So, corn red. Not corn red, sorry, this is a burnt red from Vallejo. And we're gonna do small first layer of red. Pretty much everywhere here. Remove the excess of the paint to the paper towel. There we go. So that's the first layer. Can be a little rough, especially here, because there are going to be a lot more layers coming. After this is dry, I'm gonna do a glaze over that to make it a little bit more smooth. That's what I did on my previous panels. I got recommendation from one of my viewers to do that, and well, it's working. I like this idea. Okay, we have a nice base. Burned red, probably just one layer is enough. I see that I'm a little bit more how you call it, generous with the amount of paint compared to the previous panels I did, so it's covering much better and more. Which should make my paint job faster in general. Just apply everywhere. Almost everywhere. I'm trying to avoid the recesses where metal meets the panel, because I'm trying to make them black. But after that, everywhere is fine. Lighter layers of red are going to be placed more precisely, just in the top. Okay, I think this is good enough. Let it dry. In the meanwhile, in the meantime, I'm gonna use Agrex here. A moment. For the gold I painted recently, for these parts here. Kind of like it looks right now. It's very clean, gold, very nice, beautiful, kind of elvish. Correct. Yes. Well, I'm not gonna do the Agrax then, because then I'm gonna ruin the gold. I just noticed there's part I didn't paint, like a rim that's closest to the panel should be painted previously. Well, okay, the rest looks okay-ish, so let it dry just a few minutes. I'm gonna do the glaze then. Let's do the glaze of burnt red. And some black. A lot of water. A little bit of pigment. A bit of black. And much more water. It's a very watery glaze. I'm gonna do the all over the place here. The idea is to smooth the surface, make the layers transition smoother as well. Let's remove the access from the creases here. Okay. There's a really thin layer, watery layer, very low amounts of pigment. You know, when you are stapling, there's a like kind of texture left. This is what I'm trying to also avoid for later, to make this texture a little bit smoother. Hopefully it's gonna work. I'm not a pro, so I do what I can. And I do what I think I know it's gonna work. Okay, nice. It's already very much smoother. Dries fast as well, because the temperature here. It's kind of warm. So let's wait for it to completely dry off, and then I'm gonna use this Agrex surfsheet all over the gold parts. Here, let's start here. We'll see if it matches the original in the end. After the fine highlight, because this is gonna be the biggest indicator if after the highlight the golds are matching or not. Hopefully, yes, of course. So just one layer of Agrax Airshade. I don't need to be some ultra careful or anything. It's kind of easy. This part is kind of easy. Just try to not make other things dirty by touching them with paint. Okay. It's kind of shaky. As you can see. Which is not the greatest attribute for mini painter. But have to do it. Hopefully by the time it's gonna be better, less shaky, more control. It's just practice. Okay. Let's go here in the recesses. And we are almost done with the layer of Agrax. It's just to make the gold look older, worn off. I'll do some dry brush for that highlight. Probably dry brush, just very, very tiny parts. I'm gonna be dry brushed here to not go over the panel or anything. Okay, let's connect it with the main body so the drying process is safe. Okay, it's kind of matching, you know. When I do the highlight, I think it's gonna be very, very similar. The gold, or ideally, would be the same. We'll see about that. Let's do the second engine and the second layer, which is Mephiston Red. Mephiston Red, let's go. Proper shake in the vortex mixer. And we'll do the same technique. Spongy. Sup, man? What's going on? Everything's good. So we're gonna take this one, drop it in the paint, and remove the excess of the paint. Let's do the second layer. Top, of course, should be brighter, much brighter. And then the lower parts a little bit more translucent, so the transition is smooth. I feel that it's kind of too much paint. Okay. What are we painting today, Pallas? Yep. Today, hopefully, the last last stream of Pallas, and I'm gonna be done with it. It took more time than I wanted to, but I feel like the final result is gonna be very good. So maybe it's worth it. The you know, first idea was to leave the panels black, like panels on the shoulder pads of other custodies, but it's kind of lame. It's kind of lame to make it like flat black and not nice and red. So I switch the idea, and we are going a little more pro on this part. Let's see how it's gonna turn out in the end. Long time I didn't paint a vehicle. I do not count dreadnoughts as vehicles, so I can say that. I do not own many vehicles, to be fair. I like them, but they are kind of expensive, you know. It's easier to buy regular minis. They are cool though. Here I think I went down a little more, so just a little bit more paint here on the middle of the panel. And this is the layer of Mephiston red. So let's get some glaze working, okay? We're gonna use a lot of water, tiny bit of Mephiston, like a really tiny bit of Mephiston, and do the glaze to smooth out the area, make the transition a little smoother. Make this paint, this stapling technique of sponge with like less texture, because if you do this technique, there's a lot of texture left. If you make a glaze, it's kind of making things more smooth. Hopefully it will look great. Okay. Here we go. One layer after another. Soon we are gonna be done. I like this process a lot. It's fun. And the final result is, in my opinion, very nice. Since we are on this color, we can do some corrections here. I see some black dot here that's bothering me. Try to cover it. I don't know where is it from. Strange. But it's ruining my my paint job, so just really small dots in the area. I will do the glaze probably. kind of covered. We'll see after drying how it looks. In the meanwhile, let's see. The acrylic's still drying. We can do some dry brush of silver actually in this moment. Let me try one color that I got. Either iron breaker or iron steel. I think iron breaker. It's gonna be a better idea. I will test it in the part that is less visible and decide what to do the rest of the paint, or the rest of the miniature. So, very nice fresh paint, and let me take this unpainted brush, just a tip. Here we go. It's totally enough for now. Remove the excess of the paint, and let's do some dry brushing of the silver. And okay. It's not that strong as a Stormhost silver, which I was looking for actually. I think it would be too much. And this just brings this metallic, a little bit of shine. Yeah, I like that. It is great. So we are gonna do this color all over the silver. So the base was trash metal, then layer of moon oil, and then we're gonna do this iron breaker. I think this is the way. So let's see on the gun, which has more pointy things. Yeah, very nice. I like this color. It's a very classic silver. Very silver. Not as bright as Stormhost, but bright enough to get the like trash metal or lead belcher probably, or iron and steel look nice. Yeah. That what was I was looking for. I didn't have a correct color for this dry brushing metals. No idea. I could even probably use it for my necrons. Although my necrons are kind of... I shouldn't switch, actually. I'm doing the highlights with Stormhost Silver, so it's better to keep the same pattern everywhere. There we go. The paint is great, the brush is great, so it's easy, fun job. Yeah, I'm very happy. Happy with how it turning out. Finally, some parts gonna be completely done. There are some part of the model that I still didn't start even, so I'm gonna do that soon. Wow, Don't worry. Okay, a little bit more paint. Okay. Need a little bit stronger finish some places. Alright. Let's do this side now, and then back on top. Here. Few stronger strokes, maybe a little bit more coverage. So it really looks worn off and rough. Yeah, I like that. Now, here about part. How we look with the time. Okay, 1 hour, okay. You're doing great. There's a big chance I'm gonna finish the panels. And yeah, probably finish the panels. That's the main thing today. I have a phone call. I cannot take it right now. After 1 hour. Just let me send a message that I will call back. Okay. Momentum. Let me take a sip. Or 5. Okay, so the main body, silver parts are done. Maybe I will do some nodes with different colors, but this looks great. This is gonna be a different color. It should be at least. Let me do the silver here. No. Since we are already on this color. Okay. I see that I have to correct now in these places. But I was doing the black fitting. So it's better to do it now, and then it's gonna dry, maybe second layer, and then some non-oil. Okay, let's go back to dry brushing all this stuff here. I don't know, here is less visible. Much less visible. I mean, after non-oil, it was probably kinda matte looking. And this one gonna be a little bit brighter. Okay. Good, be nice. Yeah, in the end, it doesn't need to be very strong. Light highlight of this dry brush. It's not the main part of the miniature. Okay, it's looking good, it's looking good. do you think, guys? Do you see the difference after dry brush? I see quite a lot right now. Good, it look good. I'll probably do the inside of the engine here, this pipe, some black color or something. It cannot be finished that way, but something to do in the end. Just to remember. All right. So I'll do some corrections here in the end, but first new oil. And let's see, let's stick it together. Yeah, nice, very nice. This looks good. Yep. So let's close this. Let's clear this paintbrush. Clean. Not the biggest fan of cleaning brushes after a dry brush, but it's to be done. Dry brush is quite damaging technique for brushes. Even though I think I have nice brushes for that, then I always lose some, you know, some hair. Let's go back to this. Another layer. I'm thinking to do the scarlet with this sponge, just because there's more control. I can have more control over that. Slightly lighter than my piston. Okay. Go. Okay, I see now the coverage is it's better coverage, just less rough finishing, which actually I prefer. So I'm gonna switch back to this step, to this sponge. It makes just a little bit more real the transition, you know, because this sponge on the stick I have, it's very nice. It's actually, yeah, it is more precise, but the main idea here is to do the transitions better. So I think this is gonna work better. Let's just see if this is at least matching, you know, kinda. This part is much brighter because white behind that, which I'm gonna, you know, get to it. This is gonna be the final layer. Right now it's still second to final. It looks good though. It looks good enough. Let's get here a little bit more paint. This corner. Alright, and the second side. That's for paint. There we go. And we are very, very close to be done with this layer and do the glaze. Just try to make the transition a little bit smoother. This technique is very forgiving, which I do like. Is not an expert painter. No. Basically, whatever you do, it looks kind of good. So are these okay? Okay, I see. This is a little bit more brighter here. Yeah. I'm gonna do. That's gonna be fine. Whatever. I'm gonna do that darker layer now of glaze just to make the transition a little better here, especially. A very, very tiny amount of pigment in the glaze. Lots amount of water, lots amount of water. And it's gonna be fine. Do the second side now. I don't know, it's kind of difficult for me to make these panels equally, like the layers equal, like in the same level, because of the randomness of this technique I'm doing. Probably I should be a little bit more focused how far down or up I'm going with the paint. Let's move out this area just a little bit. I did some corrections here, so that's why. How to do the glaze. Hide this might not be enough. I might do a second layer of Eggleston Scarlet here. Okay, so let it dry and we'll see. We're gonna do the white highlights here. Then over that white, we're gonna do red. And here, the main body, I'm gonna do some Eggleston Scarlet. Just a middle small strip. Oh, oops. Polona Brzezik. Siema, co tam? What's up, bro? All good here. We are continuing the work with Pallas Gravtank. Getting closer to finish, hopefully. I'll finish today. I should switch to the brush now because I made some mistake, made the edge dirty. I'm gonna have to clean it up too. It's unnecessary mistake. So here just mid parts with some dot work. Make the middle part brighter. Here we go. And overall start to look good, start to look better. Let's see. Yep. It's getting nicer. So this, I should do the glaze now in the small panels on the main body. So here we go. Probably it's better if I use the lighter glaze with Mephiston red maybe, and less burn red, so they're not so dark anymore. Oops. Like so, and here. So everything has a nice and smooth finish. Okay, dope. This part should be dry already, so we are going to do model paint white, and in the main highlights I'm gonna do white as a base for scarlet. So just small drop. My white is almost done, unfortunately. Using it quite a lot. Okay, so stay this amount of paint, remove the excess on the paper towel, and let's do the just here top highlights. White. Just like that. What it will do, it will give us a base for red to be more shiny, more bright. We'll have to cover all that white with a scarlet red, and it should look nice and saturated. Just small parts here. Nice. Okay, that should be enough. And the same on the other side. Just the top. And I'll do the same on the main body on these small panels. Very, very small amount. Probably I'll do that with brush, not sponge. because the areas are much smaller and I need more control. Okay, it's a little bit here down. Okay, this layer is without the glazing, of course. First I need to cover it with red. Let's add a little more here. There we go. Cool. Doesn't look good right now. It should look good when we are done. So let's take a brush and do some small stapling with white. Just something like that. It's already probably too much. It's already too much probably. Yeah, something like that. Here in the middle. There we go. Just tiny bits. There we go. And of course I'm gonna cover it with some scarlet. This technique was showed to me by a legendary painter from my city. That won a Golden Demon actually. So I start to just use it for my red parts. Really gives a nice finish to the red. So Evil Sun Scarlet, and we are trying to cover all these white stapling we did, and it should give us the very strong finish of red. Much brighter than we would get after just you know, going from dark reds and just covering layer after layer. I'm gonna do a little more paint there. Just a little more here. There we go. Start to look nice. I need more paint. Is it easier to about the same effect with airbrush, or am I mistaken here? So the airbrush here will give totally different effects. It will give a very smooth transition, yes, and it will look like, I don't know, like an airbrush finish. I mean, you know how it is. And what I'm trying to do is make these transitions more rough, like worn paint, you know, just old paint. When you feel the texture, kind of. And with the airbrush, the transition will be, you know, you'll get the transition if you're going with the correct colors and everything, so it's not a problem. The transitions will be very smooth though. More like I would say Eldar armor, for example, or Tau armor or something. And here, as you can see, especially from close and in real life, you know, the transition. So this will look more natural, like old metal a bit. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly. Because you can see the small dots of red layer after layer. They transition very smoothly to one another. It doesn't look like there's one, there's a, no, they're just mixing very nice, but it looks old. And this is the vibe I'm looking for in my custodies in general. Old metal, old gold, old silver, old red, black. But you are correct that airbrush probably would be faster. Maybe switching between the colors is not that fast, but probably would be faster than that. And when I'm talking about the glaze, that I want to make it more smooth, it's more about the texture of the panel, not about the actual transition between colors. Because when you're doing this technique, you leave the texture like rough texture, you know. And without glazing, it just looks like it's not one layer of paint that's smoothed out. It's just, you know, it doesn't look great. And with this water coverage, let's say watery coverage, it actually looks like one solid panel with warn of red. I don't know, I just like this technique. Also, it's much easier to do it on stream than doing airbrush. For airbrush, I would need to prepare much more stuff and do some, you know, testing. How does it look on screen? If you can see anything, if I can see anything. Just kind of a headache right now to do. So let me just compare these two. They look kind of exactly the same. That's what I was looking for. So here I did some corrections with. Let me. I'll do the glaze again here. Okay. Nice. Yeah. I'm happy with the final result here. I'll do the glaze, but let me do this first. Just covering the white parts, making everything more bright. Okay. Although I was debating with myself if I should use the dry brush actually for this part. It would look good still, but I feel like even on the original paint jobs that are on Forge World, I think they did a similar technique to me. Maybe they used some oil paints, you know. Probably yes. And then, you know, did the rest. They removed the oil and just etc. Because there it looks really worn off. So now I'm doing this glaze. Very low amount pigment. probably like Mephiston Red and a little bit of Wilson Scarlet just to make it a little bit more dark, but not ruining the actual colors, and make the whole part smooth. And this is gonna be it for the panel, probably. There's gonna be nothing more to do with the panel. It went very, very fast. Relatively fast, let's say. Faster than previous panels, I think. Yeah, the finish is the one that was what I was looking for. So that's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah. Looks nice. Let's do small. Here we go. Just tiny bit of water. I had to correct a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna do highlights, kind of like a dry brush with a Citrine Alchemy. Same color that I did the dry brush here over the gold, because this is the final step of doing the gold on this engine. Here. Just I need to be super careful to not make dirty on other parts that are metal, silver or gold or red. So just tiny bit here. Super careful. So very, very careful. Okay, nice. There's very, very low amount of paint in the brush, and I'm touching slightly just to not, not touch the another parts. And I think yeah, this is the way. The dry brush here is gonna be very delicate, but I prefer it delicate than messing up the panels. Just slight touches here. Go. This part is difficult because I have a feeling, okay, I have to push, I have to get really into it. Okay, this part is a little easier. Nice. And the last part here. The connection between the body and the engine. There we go. So let's see the final result. Okay, so as you can see, the gold after dry brush, final dry brush, is basically identical, which was the goal. And I'm super happy with the results. Awesome. Awesome. These parts, I have to do these parts as well. But let's see. Okay. Nice. This should be a little bit. Oops. Very nice. Okay, it's getting better and better. So I'm gonna do the gold now. So it's gonna look almost done. It's not gonna be done for quite a lot of time still, because I'm gonna do, you know, some shades and washes and dry brushing and all. So it's gonna take some time to finish actually, but it will look close to be done. And the color, it's made already. The gold I'm using is done, so it's just a matter of painting all the gold parts here. I might use 2 layers of gold. We'll see. The coverage is quite nice actually. So I don't. Maybe one is enough, since I'm gonna do the Agrax Earth Shade anyway. I'm very happy how this session is going. I feel like it's much faster than my previous sessions. I mean, in terms of how much I did. Tomorrow, if I'm gonna finish this model, maybe today night or something, I'll try to probably finish today night, so I don't have to go back for the part 4 of painting Pallas. Is kind of overdoing this. We'll do something different, something not Custodes. Have to do a vehicle for the Commanda. Maybe I'll do that. Something similar. Because I'm gonna start a new campaign on the weekend, Ash Wastes, and we are going to use vehicles. The thing is, I do not own actually any vehicles. This part kind of sucks. But maybe I'll find something. I do have okay, I do have some vehicles. I do have motorcycles for Goliaths. But the thing is, I played Goliath's last campaign. It was fun. It was okay. But I feel like I probably should change for my Vansar or Cultists. Probably change something. I really wanted to play Nomads with my Kroots, but they are not ready. They are still gray, not even assembled, so this is kind of cannot play with them. I cannot finish them within the next 4 days, 5 days. I will not even bother trying. If I put in work, probably I would finish assembling enough models. I'm sure I would finish assembling enough models. I'm enjoying painting right now. I don't want to focus on assembling things. There will be time that I'll feel like assembling, and then I will do it. This is not the time. I'll play with them next campaign. That's always an option. It's not my last campaign, probably. But I have no idea. I don't know the rules of Ashwists. How the vehicles work, how they move, how they operate, how you can kill them, how you can destroy them, all that stuff. It's gonna be totally new for me. We'll see. We'll see if it's gonna be fun. The Necromunda is already a great system. I enjoy playing it. So hopefully the vehicles will be a good addition. I'm thinking right now maybe I can do something totally different, not even models. I can do some terrain, maybe some crates. I have to think about that. And I will just borrow some vehicles from my friends that do have them. Hopefully that's an option. Borrowing the minis in that case. Should be. Okay, we're almost done with red, with gold. We'll do a very, very fast, delicate second layer. Just because here I did. This gold is drying very fast, so it's gonna be easy. Let's do here some gold on the inside. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I like this gold a lot. I might use it in the future, just as a base for some miniatures. I will see how it looks with my Eldars, because I was looking for a good gold for my Eldars, and I didn't find a good one yet. Maybe this is the solution. Most of them, they were too strong, too saturated. Like Retributor is basically orange, and some others, it just didn't fit to my scheme. I will try to do a canoptic alloy. That's another idea that I have. I think it's gonna look very good on them. I have a color scheme of this blue Eldars that are very light blue, like a sky blue, that are on the cover art of Forge World Models book or books in the past. I don't know what's there now, but it was a book about rules and models from Forge World, and they were there. The name of the craft word, I don't know. I think something on A, starting with A. I just don't remember now. But I really like this model, this color scheme. I'm not the biggest fan of other color schemes. They look nice, like Bieltan or Ultwe, or yeah, basically these two. They look fine. Just not for me. Not ideal for me. Alright, so this is gonna be the gold. I'm so happy with the gold. Oh, it's turned out. So let's wait for it to dry a little bit. And we can see the assembling now. Here we go. What do you guys think? Start to look good. Start to look finished. We'll do some corrections here. And we'll do null oil in the silver. There's a lot of null oil to be done here. And I will accelerate on the gold. Then dry brushing with Iron Breaker and Citrine Alchemy. And then minor details, that there's plenty of them, but I'm not gonna do them on stream. We have 10 minutes left, so what I'm gonna do is yes, I have two pieces that I have to do. These parts, I have to do these parts. They are gonna be here. Probably better if they look silver, actually. But they are gold now, so I will not change that. It's too much work. Let me just check the original Pallas Gravtank and how these parts are looking, how they are located exactly. Let's see. Okay, they're in the original paint job. They're black, so even more different than I thought. But gold should be fine. Let me check. I'll connect that. Gold will give it a little bit more life. Yeah, it's okay. It will break all the silver, which is okay. It will look more interesting. So I'm thinking, should I probably should first glue it here and then paint it. Let's use these. Okay, something like this. Okay, so just something like this, and I'll script shade all over. This is script shade, yep. Fast and easy. Just one layer should be enough. And then the dry brush, and then it's done. Nothing complicated here. I could probably do some things to make it look a little more interesting. Just I don't want to waste time for the part that's basically not visible at all. Look at mini. Okay, let it dry. And the second, like a small wing or whatever it is. I don't know in English the word for this part of the aircraft. Okay, cool, very cool, very nice. Let it dry, and let's do known oil over all these metal areas. Yeah, this is the next step here. I'm gonna do it in parts, so one part will dry, and then I'll do the next and next, so I won't mess up the paint job everywhere else. It will take a little bit longer, but I prefer to spend a little bit more time and make it safe. Then regret it later. We'll start from the top. After it's dry, I'm gonna use Iron Breaker from Citadel to do dry brush highlights. Probably it's gonna be tonight, not tomorrow. Let's see. Because we have 5 minutes, so I'll try to finish this wash in 5 minutes and finish the session for today. I'm happy with the progress I did today. How about you guys? Did you have a chance to paint, assemble, get rid of some part of your pile of shame with me, or you had other duties, things to do, and you're going to do this later? Or maybe you don't have pile of shame, which would be a great achievement. Very rare, very uncommon sight player of Warhammer 40k or Games Workshop fun in general without pile of shame. Like a legendary item in video games, or even more rare than legendary. Legendary can finish the boss and you got this. I feel like these people are even more uncommon. It's like finishing the game, killing the final boss, finishing all the paintings, all the miniatures. It's like you won the game, basically. You won Warhammer. You won Games Workshop game. You painted all miniatures that you had. And they like to drag the game. Strokes on the engine here. I'll let it dry. I'll do the bottom. Can you see anything? Yeah, kind of is. Okay. So we are at the 2 hours mark. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for assisting me in this time, in this session. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get a relaxed morning, evening, or whatever you have right now. And I wish you a great rest of the day, great night, and have a great life.